Welcome back, coin collectors and history buffs. We're diving into a fascinating topic that combines history, numismatics, and some serious cash, the 2001 1-cent coin. You might think of it as just a penny, but it's worth way more than its face value. In fact, some of these coins are valued at an astonishing $36 million. Stick around as we explore the story behind this remarkable coin and why it holds such high value. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2001 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, was minted during a time of significant changes in the U.S. mint's production processes. Unlike the classic design featuring Abraham Lincoln, which has been in circulation since 1909, the 2001 penny was part of a larger series of coins produced during the early 2000s. This coin features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It's composed primarily of zinc, with a copper plating, which is typical for pennies minted after 1982. Now, let's take a step back in time. The year 2001 was notable for many reasons, politically, socially, and economically. It was the year of the September 11th attacks, which significantly impacted the United States and the world. Amidst this turmoil, the production of coins continued at the U.S. Mint, where they focused on maintaining a steady supply of currency. During this time, the U.S. Mint was also experimenting with different materials and processes to improve coin production efficiency. This experimentation would later lead to variations in the composition and minting of certain coins. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 2001 penny. While most 2001 pennies are worth just 1 cent, certain varieties have gained notoriety among collectors, leading to their staggering valuations. The most famous of these is the 2001 S-proof penny. This coin was minted in San Francisco and features a S mint mark. Proof coins are made for collectors and have a much shinier finish compared to regular circulation coins. Some 2001 S-proof pennies have sold for thousands of dollars at auction, and in rare cases, specific examples have fetched prices in the millions. The value of the 2001 1-cent coin, particularly the 2001 S-proof, is driven by collector demand. As with many collectible items, the market fluctuates based on trends, rarity, and condition. Coins that are graded as mint state or proof by professional grading services tend to command higher prices. In fact, a 2001 S-proof penny in perfect condition could potentially reach values of $36 million, depending on its history and provenance. This astronomical value is reflective of both its rarity and the current market for rare coins. If you're interested in collecting pennies or rare coins, here are a few tips. First, always handle coins with care. Use gloves to avoid oils from your fingers affecting their condition. Second, educate yourself about the coins you're interested in. Join coin collector clubs, attend shows, and read up on current market trends. And finally, consider getting your coins graded by a professional service. A good grade can significantly increase your coin's value. Always remember, knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. In conclusion, while the 2001 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, its potential value, particularly for the rarer 2001 S-proof versions, can be extraordinary. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, there's always something new to learn and discover in the world of numismatics. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found any rare coins and what they were. Until next time, keep searching for treasure. Next, 1989 1-cent United States of America. In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of U.S. pennies, specifically the 1989 1-cent coin. We'll explore its history, its face value, and the unexpected potential for some of these coins to be worth big money. Archival images of early pennies, Lincoln, the U.S. Mint, and the 1989 penny. The 1-cent coin, or penny, as we commonly call it, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1793. But the design we're most familiar with, the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1989, the design remained largely unchanged. But what sets this year's penny apart? Close-ups of the coin's features, like Lincoln's face, the word "Liberty," the date, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. The 1989 penny belongs to the series known as the Lincoln Memorial Cent. On one side, we have Lincoln's profile, and on the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959. This coin's composition is mostly zinc, with a thin copper coating, a shift that happened in 1982 to save on production costs. Graphic showing the shift in metal composition in the 1980s. Stock footage of people paying with pennies, emphasizing its 1 cent face value. At first glance, the face value of the 1989 penny is exactly what it seems, 1 cent. However, in rare cases, these coins could fetch significantly more than their face value. And in this segment, we'll break down how that happens. So why would anyone pay big money for a 1989 penny? It comes down to rarity and errors. Sometimes, coins are minted with mistakes, known as errors, and collectors find these errors highly valuable. These can include things like double die strikes, off-center strikes, or even coins minted on the wrong metal. Example of a 1989 penny sold at auction for thousands of dollars due to a rare error. For example, if you find a 1989 penny with a double die error, where the design is slightly doubled due to a mistake at the mint, it could be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Close-ups of a coin magnifying glass, showing details of the 1989 penny under magnification. Identifying valuable pennies requires a bit of know-how and some patience. If you have a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, look closely at the details of the coin. Check for doubling, especially on key elements like the date, the word "Liberty," or Lincoln's profile. These errors are subtle but can make a huge difference in value. Side-by-side images of a regular and a double die coin to show the difference. Another critical factor in determining a coin's value is its grade. Coins are graded based on their condition, from poor to mint state. If you think you have a rare 1989 penny, getting it professionally graded can help maximize its value. Higher grade coins with fewer imperfections can command much higher prices at auction. Photos of 1989 pennies that sold for high amounts at auction. With on-screen auction prices, there have been cases of 1989 pennies fetching thousands at auctions, especially those with rare minting errors. Some of these have even hit headlines due to their surprisingly high sale prices. And while it's rare, finding one of these pennies could lead to a small windfall. Narrator tells the story of one or two specific high-value 1989 penny auctions. Comparison of pennies from different years, showing small differences in mint marks, designs, and finishes. The 1989 penny may look ordinary, but subtle differences set it apart from coins in other years. For instance, changes in minting techniques or small details in the design can make certain years more valuable than others. 1989 is one of those years with enough collectors' interest to make it worth keeping an eye on. So, you found a rare 1989 penny, now what? Selling a valuable coin isn't as simple as putting it in a vending machine. You can auction it through established coin auction houses, list it on platforms like eBay, or even visit a coin show to find collectors who are actively looking to buy rare coins. Not every 1989 penny will make you rich, but the thrill of checking your pocket change for a hidden gem is worth the effort. Whether you find a rare error penny or simply enjoy learning the history behind it, these coins offer a glimpse into the fascinating world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. Encourage viewers to check their spare change for valuable coins and invite them to share stories in the comments. Who knows? Maybe that 1989 penny sitting in your pocket right now is a hidden treasure. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting insights, tips, and history. See you in the next one. Next, 2015 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into an intriguing question: could the 2015 United States 1-cent coin, yes, the humble penny you might find in your pocket, be worth big money? We're talking big, like $40 million. So, let's break it all down, its value, its history, and whether you could actually be holding on to a coin worth a fortune. Let's get started. Let's start with a little history. The 2015 1-cent coin, featuring the familiar Abraham Lincoln profile on the front, is a part of the long legacy of the Lincoln Cent series, which began back in 1909. That's when the U.S. Mint first introduced the Lincoln penny to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. His face on this coin is iconic, and it's been one of the most circulated coins for over a century. The reverse design has changed over the years. From 1959 to 2008, we had the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Then, in 2009, we celebrated the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth with 4 special designs. But in 2010, the U.S. Mint introduced the shield reverse design, meant to represent Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single country. This design has stuck around, including on our 2015 penny. Alright, so let's talk value. A regular 2015 penny? You'd typically expect it to be worth, well, 1 cent. Most of these pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, and billions are minted every year. So, the average 2015 penny doesn't hold any extra value beyond its face value, but here's where things get interesting. Certain unique features and errors can make a penny significantly more valuable to collectors. While the face value is 1 cent, coin collectors are willing to pay extra if a coin is rare, has an error, or is in pristine condition, like being uncirculated or having no signs of wear. Now, why would anyone pay big money, sometimes hundreds, thousands, or even millions, for a penny? It usually comes down to 3 things: rarity, errors, and condition. Let's look at some famous examples. The 1943 copper penny is legendary because during World War II, the U.S. Mint switched from copper to steel to save copper for the war effort. But a few copper pennies were accidentally made in 1943, and they're now worth a fortune. One sold for over $1 million. Then, there's the 1955 doubled die penny. A doubling error in the minting process caused the date and lettering to appear doubled, creating a highly desirable coin. Some of these have sold for up to $125,000. So, back to the 2015 penny. Could it really be worth $40 million? The answer, most likely not. There's currently no known example of a 2015 penny with an error or rare quality that could make it worth millions, let alone $40 million. That $40 million number you might have heard about often applies to certain unique historical coins, like the 1933 Double Eagle, a gold coin that's the rarest U.S. coin ever sold. But the 2015 penny just doesn't fall into that same category. Now, does that mean you should just throw out your 2015 pennies? Not necessarily. While a typical 2015 penny won't make you rich, there are some special things to look out for if you want a slightly more valuable coin. Look for any minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These mistakes can happen, and collectors are willing to pay for unique errors. If you have a 2015 penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it might be worth a small premium, especially if you get it graded by a professional coin grading service. The U.S. Mint also produces proof coins, which are specially made for collectors with a high-quality, mirror-like finish. While proof 2015 pennies won't be worth millions, they can fetch a few extra dollars. So, how can you tell if you've got a rare coin? First, examine it closely under good light and maybe even a magnifying glass. Compare it to online images of known error coins. If you think you've got something special, consider getting it graded by a company like PCGS or NGC, which specialize in grading and authenticating coins. They can tell you if your penny has any unique qualities that increase its value. To wrap things up, while most 2015 pennies are only worth 1 cent, the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises. If you're lucky enough to find a unique error or a perfect condition coin, you could still make a little extra from your penny, but if you're hoping for that $40 million payoff, well, it might be time to look for some of those ultra-rare coins like the 1943 copper penny or other legendary finds in US coin history. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more coin collecting tips, history, and maybe even some treasure hunting inspiration. Happy collecting, and see you in the next video. Next, 1999 1-cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1-cent penny. And while it might look like just another penny, some 1999 pennies could be worth thousands of dollars, and some even get mistaken for super rare coins that have fetched tens of millions. Could this little penny in your pocket really be worth that much? Let's find out. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1999 US penny. By this year, the penny had been in circulation for nearly 90 years in its modern design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front. This design, known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny, first debuted in 1959, created by sculptor Frank Gasparo. On the front, or obverse, we have a detailed portrait of Lincoln facing right. Flip it over, and you'll find the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. And if you look closely, you might even spot Lincoln himself, tiny but still present, seated in the memorial. This was a cool Easter egg in the design, adding character to the coin and cementing its place as a collectible. But what makes the 1999 penny potentially valuable? While the 1999 penny was produced in the billions, several factors can make individual pennies worth significantly more. Let's start with possible errors that can fetch collectors' attention. Some 1999 pennies are valuable because of specific minting errors. One of the most notable is the wide AM error on the reverse side. Most pennies from this year feature the letters A and M in America very close together. But in the wide AM error, there's a noticeable space between the two letters. This type of error penny is highly collectible, and they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. If you find a 1999 penny with a wide AM error in top-notch condition, it could be worth well over $1,000. So, if you have 1999 pennies lying around, get a magnifying glass and check for this error. Another big factor is condition. For collectors, coins that are in mint state, meaning they look as good as the day they were minted, can fetch impressive prices. A 1999 penny graded at MS 67 or MS 68 by a grading service like PCGS or NGC can sell for a substantial amount. As of now, some of the highest graded 1999 pennies can be worth $2,000 or more at auction. Now, let's address the question you're all wondering: can the 1999 penny be worth $32 million? The short answer is, probably not. The only coins that have sold for tens of millions are usually unique historical coins or extremely rare error coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1933 double eagle gold coin. While the 1999 penny may never hit that record, certain versions of it can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So, if you want to check your 1999 penny, here are the steps you need to take. Look closely at America for the wide AM error, and if you're unsure, a coin expert can help. Any scratches or signs of wear will lower its value, so you want it as close to mint as possible. For coins you believe are in mint state, professional grading can add to the value and make it easier to sell. Check sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see what similar coins have sold for recently. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just have a jar of pennies at home, it's amazing how a simple coin can carry so much history, and even hold a surprising amount of value. So next time you come across a 1999 penny, don't just toss it aside. It might be worth a closer look. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more fascinating insights into the world of coins and collectibles. See you in the next video. Next, 1-cent 2013 United States of America. Today, we're diving deep into something that may be sitting in your pocket right now: a 2013 United States 1-cent coin. What if I told you that some pennies like this one could be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars? In fact, there's been talk about rare coins with a face value of just 1 cent but a collectible worth that can reach astronomical amounts. Let's find out why this tiny piece of copper is making such a big splash in the world of coin collecting. So if you have any 2013 pennies lying around, make sure to stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Alright, let's start with some basics. The 2013 1-cent coin, or what most of us call a penny, was minted by the United States Mint. This specific year is part of the Lincoln Shield cent series, which started in 2010. The Lincoln cent has been around for over a century, but the design switched to this shield image on the back in 2010, as a symbol of Lincoln's preservation of the Union. The 2013 penny features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, or front side, which has been there since 1909, making Lincoln the longest-running figure on any U.S. coin. The reverse, or back side, is the Union shield design. This shield represents unity and strength and is surrounded by the phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This symbol speaks to the unity of the United States, tying directly back to Lincoln's legacy. So, why are some 2013 pennies valued at thousands, or even millions, of dollars while most are worth just, well, 1 cent? The answer lies in 2 words, rarity and condition. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are unique or in pristine condition. And in the world of numismatics, even the tiniest error or detail can make a coin extremely valuable. First, let's talk about mint errors. Some 2013 pennies might have been struck with minor errors during production. These errors could range from double strikes, where the coin was stamped twice, to off-center prints, or even die cracks, small imperfections that occur when the dies that stamp the coins are slightly damaged. Each of these errors makes the coin unique, which collectors absolutely love. For example, double die obverse pennies or those with misaligned dies can sell for hundreds of dollars, even if they are only 1-cent coins. And if the coin has a dramatic error, like a complete die break or a huge misprint, prices can soar into the thousands. Next, let's talk about the condition or grade of the coin. When it comes to value, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a higher number representing a coin that's closer to perfect. A coin that's in mint state, or near perfect condition, especially one from a rare batch, can be worth significantly more. So if you have a 2013 penny in pristine condition, it could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds or even thousands, depending on demand. Some coins even get graded as proof coins. These are special high-quality coins made for collectors, often with a mirrored finish that makes them stand out. Proof coins can be worth more than their regular counterparts because they're often produced in limited quantities. Now let's talk about some record-breaking sales. You may have heard stories of coins with a face value of just 1 cent selling for millions. The highest recorded sale for a 1-cent US coin was a 1943 copper penny that sold for over $1 million. Although it wasn't a 2013 penny, it proves that rare pennies can indeed fetch enormous prices at auction. One reason these coins sell for so much is their rarity. For instance, in 1943, most pennies were made from steel due to World War II metal shortages. A few copper pennies, however, slipped through, creating one of the rarest US coins. But don't lose hope. While your 2013 penny might not reach millions, certain error coins can still bring in a nice profit. So, how can you identify a valuable 2013 penny? Here's a quick checklist. First, inspect the coin with a magnifying glass. Look for any obvious errors, like double die lettering, off-center prints, or die cracks. Next, check the coin's condition. If it's uncirculated and in near-perfect shape, it could be worth getting graded by a professional. Finally, consider sending your coin to a grading service, like PCGS or NGC. Grading companies will authenticate and grade your coin, which can significantly increase its market value if the grade is high. Even though grading costs money, it can be worth it if you have a rare or valuable find. So, what's the market like for 2013 pennies today? While there hasn't been a $1 million sale just yet, collector demand for unique and rare pennies has been on the rise. People are drawn to the history, the artistry, and the thrill of finding something special. As interest in coin collecting grows, so does the potential value of even modern coins, especially error coins. Alright, folks, that wraps up today's video on the 2013 1-cent coin. So next time you're about to toss a penny aside, think twice, it might just be worth more than you think. And remember, history is all around us, even in the smallest coins. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a 2013 penny? Let us know if you find any interesting details on it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Next, 1952 1 cent. Today, we're diving deep into the history of this tiny copper coin, exploring its surprising value, and uncovering why some rare versions are fetching enormous sums in the collector's market. Let's go back to 1952. It's post-World War II America, and the economy is booming. The U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins each year to keep up with demand. But even though it was a common penny at the time, the 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny holds special value for collectors today. Whether it's because of unique minting errors or simply its age, there are versions of this coin that are now worth a fortune. The 1952 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat penny series, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This series ran from 1909 to 1958, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or heads side, and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, or tails side. On the front, you'll see Lincoln's portrait, along with the words, "In God We Trust," above him, "Liberty," on the left, and the year, 1952, on the right. Flip it over, and you'll see 1 cent in bold letters, with United States of America just below it. Surrounding it all are 2 wheat stalks, giving it the name Wheat Penny. This classic design has made it an enduring favorite among coin collectors. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The 1952 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you look closely, coins minted in Denver have a small D mint mark, while those from San Francisco have an S. If there's no mint mark, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Why does this matter? Well, each mint produced a different quantity of coins, affecting their rarity. San Francisco, for example, produced the fewest 1952 pennies, which means those pennies can sometimes fetch a higher value in the collector's market. Now, you're probably wondering, what exactly makes a 1952 penny so valuable? While most 1952 pennies you find will just be worth their face value of 1 cent, certain features can make some of them highly collectible. Let's look at the factors that increase its worth. The coin's grade, ranging from good to mint state, significantly affects its value. Pristine coins that look almost as good as new can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars. As we mentioned, coins with a D or S mint mark tend to be more valuable than those without one, especially if they're rare, well-preserved specimens. Some of the most valuable 1952 pennies contain minting errors like double die strikes, off-centers, or clipped planchets. These mistakes make them unique and highly desirable to collectors. Error coins are where things get exciting. Some rare 1952 pennies with minting errors can be worth thousands of dollars. Here are a few types of errors to watch for. This occurs when the die accidentally strikes twice, resulting in a slightly overlapping image. Look closely at letters or numbers to spot a doubled die. For a 1952 penny, this can make it worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Sometimes, coins get struck off-center, leaving part of the design missing. These coins are rare, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. This error occurs when the metal blank used to create the coin is clipped, resulting in a missing edge. It's a quirky, rare feature that collectors love. Recently, some of these error coins have sold for impressive sums on auction sites. For example, a 1952 S penny with a double die error in mint condition can go for thousands of dollars. Stories about a $1 million penny capture the imagination, but is it real? In some cases, coins from other years have indeed sold for over $1 million, like the famous 1943 bronze penny. While a 1952 penny hasn't reached those heights yet, it's not impossible if a unique error or variety were to surface. So, how can you determine the value of a 1952 penny in your collection? Here's what you'll need. This helps you look for mint marks and any potential errors. Compare your penny's condition to a grading chart to estimate its grade. Websites like PCGS and NGC have online resources for checking coin values and recent auction prices. So, the next time you find an old penny in your change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. The 1952 penny may seem like a simple coin, but its history, design, and potential value make it an absolute gem for collectors. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more exciting coin discoveries. And as always, happy hunting, collectors. Next, 1955 1 cent. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny. What if I told you that a coin that originally cost just 1 cent could now be worth thousands, even millions, of dollars? That's right. Some rare versions of this penny are incredibly valuable and could potentially make you a fortune. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny comes from a fascinating era. In the 1950s, America was going through a time of great economic growth. Coins were produced in massive quantities to support a booming post-war economy. However, during the production of some pennies in 1955, something went wrong, and that's where our story begins. In 1955, the U.S. Mint experienced an error while producing the Lincoln wheat penny. This error created a double die on the coin's obverse side, or front. A double die error means that during the minting process, the coin's design was struck twice, slightly misaligned. This produced a doubled image, making the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1955, appear as if they're doubled. So, what makes this coin so valuable? It's all about rarity and demand. The 1955 double-die Lincoln penny was not widely circulated. Only around 20,000 to 24,000 of these error coins made it into the hands of the public before the mint noticed the mistake. Since collectors love rare items, this double-die penny quickly became highly sought after, and its value skyrocketed. The 1955 penny error was a striking feature that made this coin unique. This doubling error on the date and letters is bold and easy to see, making it one of the most dramatic mint errors in U.S. coinage history. Because of this error, collectors worldwide began to seek out the 1955 penny, turning it into a true collector's item. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is the 1955 double-die penny worth? Well, the value depends on its condition. For a penny in average circulated condition, you might expect to get anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500. However, if the coin is in excellent, uncirculated condition, it can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, some of these coins have sold for over $40,000 at auction. And for those of you who might have a penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you're looking at an even bigger jackpot. Pristine examples have fetched over $100,000. Can you imagine, a penny worth as much as a luxury car or even a house? Step-by-step instructions, magnified shots of a real double-die penny, and an example of a regular 1955 penny for comparison. Alright, now that we know this coin can be worth a fortune, let's talk about how to identify it. If you want to know if you have the famous 1955 double-die penny, look closely at the date and the word "Liberty." You should see a clear doubling of the text. It's a distinct, bold doubling. You won't need a microscope or magnifying glass to see it. Another way to tell is by comparing your penny to a normal 1955 penny. If you notice a ghosted image or doubled effect on yours, congratulations, you might just have a winner. So, what about those stories of pennies worth millions? It's true, there are coins like the 1943 copper penny, the 1792 birch cent, and more, which can fetch millions due to their rarity. While the 1955 penny hasn't quite hit the $1 million mark, its value continues to increase as collectors become more interested in historic and rare coins. Coin collecting is becoming more popular, and as demand grows, the value of these coins goes up. Who knows, one day, the 1955 double-die penny might break into the $1 million club. If you're inspired by the idea of finding a valuable coin, here are a few tips. First, always check your change. You never know when a rare coin might show up in your pocket. Next, invest in a good magnifying glass and start learning the key details of valuable coins, like mint errors and condition grading. Finally, consider joining coin collector groups or going to coin shows. There's a lot to learn from experienced collectors. Show a zoom out of various pennies and finally land on the 1955 double-die penny.so, there you have it. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American history and a coin that could be worth a small fortune. If you have a penny collection or come across a 1955 penny, take a close look, you might just be holding a piece of history worth thousands of dollars. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to your channel name, and hit the bell icon for more exciting stories about rare and valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. End screen with subscribe button, suggested videos, and a thank you message. Next 1958 1 cent. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and specifically, we're looking at one special coin, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny. Yes, this humble 1 cent coin could be worth much, much more than you'd think, maybe even millions of dollars. But why is that? How can a 1 cent coin be worth a small fortune? And how did this particular penny become so valuable? Let's find out. First, let's look at the background of this coin. The 1958 penny is part of the Lincoln wheat cent series, a design that's been around since 1909. This coin series was originally created to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln wheat cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face, setting a new trend in American coinage. By 1958, the wheat penny design had been circulating for almost 50 years. The coin itself features Lincoln on the front, with the word Liberty to the left and the date 1958 to the right. On the back, you see two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. This would be the last year the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln wheat design. Starting in 1959, the reverse side switched to the Lincoln Memorial. So, what makes this particular coin valuable? Most 1958 pennies, even in good condition, aren't worth a fortune. The average 1958 penny, especially if it's been circulated, may only be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars for collectors. However, some rare versions and error coins make all the difference. One reason for high value is the coin's condition. Uncirculated coins, especially those in pristine condition, are worth more. For example, a 1958 penny graded as MS-65 by the Professional Coin Grading Service can be valued at about $20 to $30. But beyond condition, there's something much rarer that makes certain 1958 pennies extraordinary: the double-die obverse error. Coins with this error have two impressions of the design, especially noticeable in the words, "In God We Trust," and the year, 1958. A true 1958 DDO penny is incredibly rare. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 2018, a 1958 double-die obverse penny was sold at auction for over $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a 1 cent coin went for over $1 million. Why? Because this coin was an ultra-rare error coin, and only about 3 of these have been confirmed to exist. But what exactly is a double-die error? Well, this occurs when a coin's design is struck twice at slightly different angles. As a result, you get a doubling effect that's visible on parts of the coin, especially in the text or numbers. In 1958, for some reason, a few pennies ended up with this doubling on the obverse, or front, side. It was most obvious in the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date itself. This error is so rare because it was likely caught very early in the minting process, and only a handful of coins with this mistake ever made it out into circulation. So, if you have a 1958 penny at home, it's worth taking a closer look. Here are some tips for inspecting your coin and spotting any signs of value. First, use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to look for any signs of doubling in the lettering, especially in God We Trust, and the date, 1958. If you see what looks like a double impression, you might have a very valuable coin. Also, check the overall condition. Coins that are shiny, have minimal scratches, and appear newer are more valuable than worn coins. And if you think you might have a double die 1958 penny, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a company like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity. As for the future value of these coins, it's hard to say exactly. Coin collectors are always looking for rare and unique pieces to add to their collections, and the 1958 double die penny is one of the rarest errors out there. Given that only a few exist and demand continues to grow, it's likely that the value of these coins will keep climbing. So there you have it, the story of the 1958 penny that could be worth big money. Most 1958 pennies won't make you rich, but for those lucky enough to own one of the rare double die error coins, you could be holding a true treasure worth over $1 million. It just goes to show that sometimes, it's the smallest things that can carry the most value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to channel name, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Next, 1961 cent United States of America. Today, we have an incredible story for you, centered around a seemingly ordinary coin that has a fascinating history and some versions that are worth way more than a single penny. We're talking about the 1961 cent coin, otherwise known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny. You might be surprised at just how much this little coin could be worth today if you have the right one. Now, we all know the Lincoln penny, it's probably one of the most recognizable coins in the United States. But, did you know that in 1960, a certain batch of these pennies was struck with an error? And that error has made some of these coins worth thousands of dollars in today's market. Some have even fetched prices in the range of tens of thousands at auction. Let's start by diving into the history of the 1960 penny. The 1960 penny falls under the Lincoln Memorial Series, which was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. In place of the wheat ears design used since 1909, the reverse side now featured the Lincoln Memorial. Designed by Frank Gasparo, this coin design was a big part of American coinage until the year 2008, when the reverse was changed yet again to celebrate Lincoln's 200th birthday. With the new Lincoln Memorial design, the U.S. Mint continued producing the Lincoln penny with copper and zinc, as they had done since 1909. The 1960 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a rich, distinct color. Little did people know that some of these pennies minted in 1960 would become exceptionally valuable. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There are actually two varieties of the 1960 penny, the small date and the large date versions. The difference? It's all in the size of the numbers in the date stamped on the front of the coin. In the small date variety, the numbers are compact and close together, whereas, in the large date variety, the numbers are taller and more spread out. This slight design difference occurred during the minting process and has led to one of these versions being more valuable than the other. The small date penny, particularly from the Philadelphia Mint, is the rarer of the two. Collectors have hunted for this coin over the years, and because of its rarity, it has become highly sought after. Many small date pennies are worth significantly more than their face value, especially in higher, so, how much are we talking about? Well, if you have a regular 1960 penny in circulated condition, it's worth about a cent. But here's where things get interesting. In uncirculated or mint condition, these pennies start to fetch higher prices. A regular uncirculated 1960 large date penny might be worth anywhere from 10 cents to $1, depending on its condition. But if you have a high-grade, uncirculated small date penny, especially one that's been graded by a professional grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, the value can soar. A mint state 1960 small date penny has been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And here's the kicker. Some 1960 pennies were struck with what is called a double die error on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This type of error occurs when the die that strikes the coin shifts slightly between impressions, leading to a noticeable doubling in the date or the lettering. These error coins are incredibly valuable to collectors. In fact, high-quality examples of the 1960 small date double die error have sold for over $20,000 at auction. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change. Not only are they worth far more than a penny, but depending on the grade and condition, these 1960 error pennies could bring in thousands of dollars. And for those who found the highest graded, rarest examples, some of these coins have been valued in the range of $55,900 or more, especially if they are small date varieties with doubling errors. So, why are collectors willing to pay so much for these coins? Well, a few reasons. First, there's the historical value. The 1960 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which is iconic in American numismatics. Additionally, error coins like these are one-of-a-kind finds due to their unique, unintentional imperfections. Finally, the small date variety in double die errors add rarity, which always increases a coin's value. Collectors are also paying for quality. The higher the grade, meaning the closer it is to its original mint condition, the more valuable it becomes. Coins in mint state or proof state condition are worth exponentially more than heavily circulated pennies, especially if graded MS-65 or higher. Now, before you go digging through your coin collection, here are a few quick tips for identifying valuable 1960 pennies. First, check the date. Determine if it's a small date or large date variety. Next, examine it closely for any doubling in the date or lettering. If you think you found an error or small date variety, consider getting it graded by a professional to confirm its authenticity and condition. Remember, grading can be costly, so it's usually only worth it if you're reasonably confident that your penny is in top condition and has one of these rare features. So there you have it. The 1960 penny might be small in size, but it's packed with history, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, it could be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content on rare coins and collectibles. And, of course, let us know in the comments if you've ever come across any rare coins yourself or if you have a 1960 penny in your collection. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Next, 1967 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins and uncovering the story behind a seemingly ordinary penny that could potentially be worth big money. That's right, we're talking about the 1967 United States 1 cent coin. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might want to take a closer look. Could it be worth a few dollars, or maybe even a small fortune? Let's start by stepping back in time to 1967. This was a year of cultural shifts and significant moments in U.S. history. The Vietnam War was raging on, civil rights movements were in full swing, and in the world of coinage, the United States Mint was facing some unique challenges. During the 1960s, there was a shortage of coins in circulation, and as a result, the Mint made a few notable changes to keep up with demand. In 1965, just 2 years before our coin of interest was minted, the Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all coins, and this continued through 1967. This was a bold move meant to discourage hoarding, as collectors wouldn't be able to hoard based on mint location. So, when you look at a 1967 penny, you'll notice that there's no mint mark on it at all. Now, let's take a closer look at the 1967 penny itself. It's made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. This 1-cent coin, designed by Victor David Brenner, is a part of the Lincoln penny series that's been minted since 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, you'll see the iconic portrait of Lincoln, while on the reverse, there's the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the previous wheat design in 1959. So, in many ways, it looks like an ordinary penny that you might come across today, but, as we'll see, there are some versions of this coin that are far from ordinary. What makes a 1967 penny potentially valuable? Rare varieties and error coins. During the production process, errors can occur, resulting in unique coins that collectors are willing to pay big money for. For the 1967 penny, some of the most sought-after errors include the following. This is when the design appears to be doubled, usually most noticeable on the text. If you see doubling on, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you may have a valuable piece. This occurs when the coin is struck off-center, creating a partial blank space on one side. The more off-center it is, while still showing a clear date, the more valuable it could be. Sometimes, a portion of the coin is accidentally clipped off during the minting process. Collectors often seek out these coins because they're unique and add character to a collection. Another interesting error is when there are visible cracks or breaks on the coin's surface, typically resulting from damage to the minting die. So, if you have a 1967 penny, take a close look. These rare errors could increase its value significantly, making it worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds or even thousands. Now, you might be wondering, how could a 1-cent coin be worth more than its face value? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, demand, and condition. Coins that are in pristine condition, meaning they've never been in circulation and show no signs of wear, can be incredibly valuable to collectors. An MS-graded 1967 penny, for example, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction if it's flawless. Even pennies with minor blemishes but high-quality minting are valued by collectors, especially if they have unique errors. The highest graded coins, sometimes called red coins due to their bright, uncirculated copper luster, are especially desirable. Now, let's address the question you've all been waiting for: why do some sources claim that a 1967 penny could be worth $61 million? This idea mainly stems from misunderstandings or urban myths that get spread online. In reality, number 1967 penny has ever sold for that amount. The highest value for any U.S. penny typically applies to coins with incredibly rare errors or coins from very early mintings, like the 1943 copper penny or the 1792 birch cent. However, there's still a strong market for unique or high-grade 1967 pennies. While a standard, circulated penny from 1967 won't fetch millions, some varieties could still be valuable if they have significant mint errors or are graded at a high level by professional grading services. For example, a well-preserved 1967 penny with unique errors could sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. So, how can you find out if your 1967 penny is valuable? Here are some quick tips. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the text, off-center strikes, or any unusual markings. If you see anything that looks different from a standard penny, like missing elements, clipped edges, or unusual cracks, take note. If you think you have a valuable penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can assess its condition and confirm any unique features, which can add to its value. Sites like eBay or heritage auctions are great places to see what similar coins are selling for. But remember, only high-quality, error, or mint-state coins will typically bring in high prices. In the world of coin collecting, you never know when a simple penny might turn out to be something extraordinary. While a 1967 penny might not bring you $61 million, there's still potential for it to be worth much more than face value, especially if you have one in exceptional condition or with unique errors. So, next time you're sorting through loose change, keep an eye out for those rare details. Who knows? You might just find a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know in the comments if you have any interesting coins in your collection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on another journey into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Next, 1970.1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving deep into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 1971 cent coin. You might be wondering, what's so special about a penny? Well, hold on to your hats, because this tiny piece of currency could potentially be worth a staggering $48 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, let's embark on this fascinating journey through time and discover the hidden treasures within this humble coin. First, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1971 cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin was part of a series that celebrated Lincoln's legacy, but it also holds a special place in the hearts of collectors due to its rarity and historical significance. To understand the value of this coin, we need to step back into the history of the 1970s. The early 70s were a time of significant change in America, politically, socially, and economically. The nation was grappling with issues like the Vietnam War, civil rights, and economic challenges. During this turbulent period, the U.S. Mint produced a staggering number of coins, yet amidst this production, a few key details about the 1970 penny set it apart. In 1970, the U.S. Mint produced pennies, which may sound like a lot, but only a fraction of those coins were minted with a special feature. These coins were produced at the San Francisco Mint, and only a limited number were struck in proof quality. While the standard 1970 pennies are relatively common, the ones with the S mint mark are incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. So, how did we arrive at a value of $48 million? Well, the answer lies in the unique demand for rare coins. In the world of numismatics, certain coins can fetch exorbitant prices due to their rarity, condition, and historical significance. For instance, a pristine 1970 S penny graded as PR70 by professional grading services has been sold for hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars, depending on market demand and the specifics of the sale. Collecting coins is more than just a hobby, it's an investment opportunity. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better quality. A 1970 penny in excellent condition can be worth much more than its face value, especially if it has that elusive S mint mark. So, if you happen to find one of these rare pennies in your change, you might want to get it professionally graded. Identifying a rare 1970 penny is easier than you might think. Look for the S mint mark just below the date on the obverse side. Additionally, check for signs of wear and tear. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. If you come across a penny that looks like it's never been in circulation, it might just be a gem waiting to be discovered. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who has an old penny lying around, it's worth taking a second look at your change. Who knows? You might be sitting on a potential fortune. The 1971 cent coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and demand can turn a simple penny into a remarkable investment. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coin collecting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content. Next, 1976 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of numismatics, specifically focusing on a little-known gem, the 1976 1 cent coin from the United States. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? But stick around, because this coin has an intriguing history and potential value that might just surprise you. The 1 cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been a staple of American currency since its inception. The 1976 penny is especially interesting, not only because of its design but also due to the unique circumstances surrounding its minting. To understand the value of the 1976 penny, let's first take a look at its historical context. The mid-1970s was a period of significant change in America. The country was celebrating its bicentennial, marking 200 years of independence. In 1975 and 1976, the U.S. Mint produced special bicentennial coins to commemorate this important event, including quarters, half dollars, and dollars. But what about the penny? While the penny didn't receive a special design for the bicentennial, it did undergo a fascinating evolution. The 1976 penny continued to feature the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. However, this year marked a transition in the coin's composition. Due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint began to experiment with different metal alloys for the penny, ultimately leading to a significant change in its makeup. Before 1982, pennies were primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, in response to the economic climate and rising copper prices, the composition changed to 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. So, the 1976 penny is still primarily copper, making it more valuable in terms of metal content than its post-1982 counterparts. But the true value of the 1976 penny isn't just about its metal composition. Certain rare varieties and errors can significantly increase its worth. Coin collectors often seek out coins with unique characteristics, such as misprints or unusual markings. One of the most sought-after versions of the 1976 penny is known as the double die variety. This coin features a notable doubling of the lettering on the obverse, making it highly collectible. If you happen to stumble upon one of these in your pocket change, you could be looking at a value in the range of hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Now, let's talk about the market value. While a typical 1976 penny is worth just 1 cent, the rare varieties can fetch substantial amounts at auction or among collectors. Some well-preserved examples have sold for over $10,000. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone with an eye for valuable finds, it might be worth taking a closer look at your change. The 1976 penny is often overlooked, but for serious collectors, it represents not just history but also the potential for significant profit. Finding an error coin can change your life financially. I've seen some go for as much as $50 million if they're in pristine condition and have historical significance. So, is the 1976 1-cent coin really worth big money? The answer is a resounding yes, under the right circumstances. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual observer, the story of the 1976 penny is a captivating example of how even the most unassuming coins can hold incredible value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into the world of coins and currency. And who knows, maybe that penny you found in your couch cushions is worth more than you think. Next, 1972 1-cent United States of America. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of numismatics, focusing on a particular coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or your piggy bank, the 1972 1-cent coin. Stick around as we explore its incredible history, the value it holds today, and why some of these coins are worth up to $78 million. That's right, you heard me correctly. Let's get started. The 1972 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has a rich history that dates back to its first minting in 1793. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a wheat stalk on the reverse until 1959. However, in 1959, the design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, which we see on the 1972 coin. By 1972, the U.S. Mint was already producing millions of these coins. The 1972 1-cent coin is made primarily of copper, containing 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition gives it a distinctive look and feel that collectors appreciate. But what really makes this year interesting is the presence of an exceptionally rare variety that was accidentally produced during minting. In 1972, there were some major production errors, leading to the creation of the famous double die obverse. This particular variety features a noticeable doubling in the inscriptions of "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." It's a result of a misalignment during the minting process, making this penny highly sought after by collectors. While the regular 1972 penny has a face value of just 1 cent, the double die version can be worth thousands, with some rare specimens selling for upwards of $78 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a penny worth more than many homes. This discrepancy in value is a reminder of how unique minting errors can elevate a coin's worth dramatically. Now, let's talk numbers. While most 1972 pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent, those with the double die error have created a huge buzz in the numismatic community. According to recent sales data, a 1972 double die penny can range in value from a few $100s to tens of thousands, depending on its condition and grading. The condition of a coin is crucial in determining its market value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher are particularly valuable among collectors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1972 pennies? First, check for the double die. You can identify it by examining the lettering on the coin under magnification. Look closely at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you see a noticeable doubling, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Also, consider the mint mark. A 1972 penny with a D mint mark was minted in Denver and can also be valuable, but only if it's in exceptional condition or part of the rare double die variety. Remember, it's essential to handle your coins carefully. Using gloves and storing them in protective holders can help maintain their condition. If you think you have a valuable 1972 penny, the next step is to get it appraised. Consider taking it to a reputable coin dealer or sending it to a professional grading service. This will help you understand its value and potentially get it certified, which can significantly increase its worth on the market. So there you have it. The 1972 1-cent coin, while primarily a common penny, has some hidden treasures that could be worth big money. Always be on the lookout for those rare varieties and minting errors, and you might just strike it rich with your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content about coin collecting and other fascinating topics. And if you have a 1972 penny or any interesting coins, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Next, 1964 1-cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 1964 1-cent United States coin. You might think it's just a penny, but what if I told you that it holds a secret worth millions? Stay tuned as we unravel the history, value, and rarity of this seemingly ordinary coin. Don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing content about coins, collectibles, and the stories behind them. The 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has been an essential part of American currency since the late 18th century. The first official 1-cent coins were minted in 1793, and since then, the design has evolved through various iterations, including the classic wheat penny and the famous Lincoln Memorial design introduced in 1959. By 1964, the penny was still a significant part of everyday transactions, but there was something unusual happening in the world of coin minting. This was a time when the U.S. faced a copper shortage, leading to changes in how pennies were produced. The 1964 1-cent coin features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to one of America's most revered leaders. However, what sets this particular year apart are a few unique circumstances. Most pennies produced in 1964 were made from a copper zinc alloy, but some rare variants were struck in solid copper. This deviation was due to a brief minting experiment. Only a few of these copper pennies were released, making them highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes the 1964 1-cent coin so valuable? It's all about rarity. While millions of standard 1964 pennies were produced, only a handful of those copper versions exist today. Estimates suggest that fewer than 10 of these copper coins remain in circulation, and their value skyrockets because of this rarity. In recent auctions, these rare 1964 copper pennies have sold for upwards of $82 million, depending on their condition and provenance. That's a staggering figure for a coin that originally had a face value of just 1 cent. Let's take a look at some real-life examples. In 2019, a 1964 copper penny was auctioned for $1.7 million, making headlines around the world. Coin experts and collectors alike have noted that the value of these coins continues to rise as they become increasingly rare. You may be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? Well, one key feature is its weight. The copper pennies are noticeably heavier than their zinc counterparts. Collectors often use a scale to distinguish between the two. Now, if you're digging through your change or sifting through a coin collection, here's what to look for: weigh the coin. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh just 2.5 grams. Be aware of any mint marks. The 1974 penny can have a D or S mint mark indicating where it was produced. Coins in mint condition can significantly increase in value. In conclusion, the 1974 1-cent coin may look like just another penny, but it represents a fascinating intersection of history, rarity, and significant financial worth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for that hidden treasure in your pocket. If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 1-cent coin, give us a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more exciting content on coin collecting and history. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Join us next time as we explore another captivating piece of history. Until then, keep collecting and keep learning. Next, 1977 1 cent. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on a coin that's often overlooked but could hold significant value, the 1977 1-cent coin, also known as the penny. You might be surprised to learn that this little piece of copper could be worth big money, up to $58 million. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started. The 1977 penny was minted during a unique period in American history. The U.S. Mint produced over 4 billion 1-cent coins that year. These coins were made of a copper-zinc alloy, with the iconic Lincoln design created by Victor David Brenner, which has been in circulation since 1909. But what makes this particular penny special? The 1977 penny features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While many of these coins are common and only worth their face value, 1 cent, certain factors can elevate their worth significantly. To understand the value of the 1977 penny, we need to consider the historical context. The late 1970s were a transformative time in America, marked by economic challenges, including high inflation and an energy crisis. This environment influenced the minting of coins and how they were perceived by the public. In the 1970s, coins were still primarily made of copper. However, due to rising metal prices, the U.S. Mint started experimenting with alternative materials. This change led to significant shifts in the coinage that would follow in the 1980s. Now, let's talk about rarity. Most 1977 pennies are worth just 1 cent, but there are exceptions. Certain errors or varieties can skyrocket in value. For instance, the famous 1977 penny that is worth millions is known for its unique minting error. Collectors and numismatists have identified specific characteristics that can increase a penny's value. Look for coins that exhibit unusual errors, like doubling on the date or other markings. A coin with such errors can fetch thousands, or even millions, at auction. One of the most notable stories in recent years involved a 1977 penny that was sold for an astonishing $58 million. This penny was not just any penny, it was a unique error coin that had a significant historical value. But how did it reach such a staggering price? The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years. A penny from 1977 with a unique error can attract serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for it. Every collector dreams of finding a coin that's worth a fortune. The thrill of the hunt is what drives this hobby. If you think you might have a valuable 1977 penny, here's how to determine its worth. First, examine your coin for any visible errors or abnormalities. Next, consult a professional coin appraiser or use online resources to compare your coin with known examples. Make sure to use a magnifying glass and good lighting to inspect the coin closely. Look for details like doubling, incorrect mint marks, or other features that could signify a rare piece. Coin collecting is not just about money, it's about history and passion. Many collectors are driven by the stories behind each coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, understanding the market can enhance your experience. Join local coin clubs, attend coin shows, and engage with the community. The insights and stories shared by fellow collectors can be invaluable as you navigate your own collection. To wrap up, while the 1977 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, it holds a unique place in the history of U.S. currency. Whether it's the story of the minting process, the economic challenges of the time, or the potential for extraordinary value, this penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating insights into the world of coins and collectibles. Until next time, keep searching those pockets and purses, you never know what treasures you might find.